Good afternoon and welcome to the Tacoma Convention Center. It is Championship Sunday. It's Chemeketa, the number one seed out of the south. Bellevue, the number one seed out of the north. For all the marbles, the winner will be the 2017 Northwest Athletic Conference Volleyball Champion. Chemeketa undefeated throughout the tournament. For Bellevue to claim the title, they will need to defeat Chemeketa twice. All it will take is a win in the first match for Chemeketa to go home as champions. This will be the first meeting of 2017 for these two teams. The Storm, 13-1 in conference, 29-4 overall. They have not lost since September 15th. Through the tournament, they beat Centralia 3-0, Columbia Basin and Walla Walla 3-1, and advanced to this match by defeating Clark 3-1. Bellevue, 11-1 in conference, 38-13 overall. Their set record is 106-48. Quite a performance yesterday. They won 4 consecutive elimination round games to get to this point. Their only loss in the tournament in the second round to Clark, 3-1. They have defeated Spokane, Centralia, North Idaho, Walla Walla, Lynn Benton, and finally Clark yesterday. At this time, we're going to turn it over to our public address announcer for the presentation of colors and the singing of our national anthem.
Today's championship match will feature the Bellevue Bulldogs. They will be listed as the visitors on the board, and your home team, the Chemeketa Storm. We would like to thank our sponsors of the NWAC tournament, Red Lion Hotels and Inns, Washington National Guard, Boston Sports, Under Armour, and the Tacoma South Sound Sports Division, and our host, Pierce College. The 3 core principles of the NWAC are character, competition, and community. The NWAC encourages you as a fan to enjoy the competition, cheer the athletes, and respect those involved. Good sportsmanship is at the core of competition, and the NWAC asks you to refrain from swearing and derogatory remarks directed at athletes, coaches, fans, or officials. Failure to adhere to this responsibility will be cause for removal from the site. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we do ask that you rise and remove your hats for the presentation of our national colors by the Rogers High School ROTC Color Guard.
Color Guard. Attention. Carry. Color. Forward. March.
Ladies and gentlemen, singing our national anthem for you today is Miss Nicole Eskridge.
You see, by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Over the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag, it was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave over the land of the free and the home of the
So there's your national anthem from Nicole Eskridge. At this time, we're going to go through the starting lineups. First for the number 1 team out of the north, the Bellevue Bulldogs. Starting number 2, Rayleigh Holst, the 5'8" freshman from Puyallup. Number 4, that is Tia Lawrence, the 5'3" freshman from Port Orchard. Number 6, Avery Dyer, the 5'7" sophomore from Kalama, Washington. Wearing number 8 for Bellevue is Megan Rogers, the 5'7" freshman from Ellensburg. Rounding out the starters, the 5'7" freshman from Kennewick, number 12, Carly Rowell. And the 6' freshman from Puyallup, number 15, Abby Cole. For Chemeketa, number 3, the 5'11" freshman from Albany, Oregon, Jane Kale. Number 6, Josephine Pasco Long, the 6-footer, the freshman from Eugene. A 6'2" sophomore from Beaverton, number 8, Ayla Oxy. And a 5'11" freshman from Albany, number 10, Lauren Kurligan. Your final 2 starters for Chemeketa, 5'9" sophomore from Oregon City, number 11, Haley Patterson. And a 6'1" freshman from Corvallis, number 14, Eleanor Belton. The players we're going to be watching for Bellevue with an explosive offensive attack, as does Chemeketa. Avery Dyer leads the team in kills with 353. Your assist leader is Megan Rogers with 437, and Dyer is also the leader in aces with 67. Erica Weber leads the team in digs with 278, and your block leader up front is Carly Rowell with 39. Actually, check that. Abby Cole is the leader with 61. For Chemeketa, leading their high-octane offense, Haley Patterson with 276 kills. Not far behind her is Josephine Pasco Long with 253. Your assist leader is Jane Kale. We'll see her spend a majority of the time in front of the net with 670 assists. Leading the Storm in kills is number 7, Hayden Quattry, with 26. Pacing the Storm in digs with 316 is number 1, Morgan Bolger. And leading the team in blocks, number 10, Lauren Kurligan. So those are the starting lineups. One of the things striking about both of these teams is neither of them are overwhelmingly sophomores. In fact, looking at Bellevue, you will see far more freshmen than you will sophomores. Only 3 sophomores on the Bulldog roster, and that bodes very well for this team for next season as well. As we mentioned earlier in the pregame, inspired volleyball yesterday from them. They played at 9, 11:30, 1:30, and 4:30, winning all 4 of those matches to get right here. I think one of the hardest roads I've ever seen a team take to the championship match. Chemeketa, not such a tough road because they won all of their matches outright, and I would say convincingly, especially that opening round matchup with Centralia, which they swept aside the Trailblazers. The starting lineups are just about finished. Championship matches, best 3 out of 5. The first 4 matches, a race to 25. A 5th match, if necessary, to 15. should we need a second match today, it would take place about 30 minutes after the conclusion of the first match, and we'll check to see whether that's 3 out of 5 or 2 out of 3, as it is an elimination game. The stands for both of these teams full. The All-Star games took place this morning at 10:30 and 12. Court 2 done for the tournament. Wherever you are watching from, thank you for joining us. We are sure to have some fantastic volleyball here this afternoon. We gave the starters their due. Now let's go ahead and talk about the benches for these teams a little bit deeper on Bellevue's side, as they have the 6-foot freshman from Puyallup, Jordan Hunter, number 3. 5'6" freshman from Puyallup, number 5, McKenna Winter. A 5'7" sophomore from Camas, number 7, Erica Weber. A 5'11" freshman from Spokane, number 9, Sydney Rippin. A 5'8" sophomore from Snohomish, number 11, Kyla Melick. And a 5'11" freshman from Wapato, number 13, Tabitha Campos. For Chemeketa, their bench looks like this. A 5'3" sophomore from Lake Oswego, number 1, Morgan Bolger. A 5'7" freshman from Bend, number 7, Hayden Quattry. A 5'7" freshman from Wilhelmina, Oregon, number 9, Madison Leno. And a 5'9" freshman from Gresham, number 13, Avery Sundberg. The libero for Bellevue wears number 7. That is Erica Weber. The libero for Chemeketa wears number 1, and that is Morgan Bolger. We will see plenty of both of those players this afternoon. The teams have broke their huddles. The R2 is checking the lineups, and we are moments away from championship volleyball here in Tacoma. A long 4 days for both of these teams to get where they are. A journey that started back in August. And we are set to go. Number 4, Tia Lawrence, ready to tee it up for Bellevue. And here comes the first serve. Played by Bolger out of the back row. They go. Left side attack to Pasco Long, the tip. Long out of the backcourt. Free ball served back over by Bellevue. They go back set that time. Lawrence picks it up out of the back row. Good defense early by both of these teams during this first rally. That tip from Belton hits the deck, and that is a side out point for Chemeketa. Actually cancel that. They're going to say that was in the net. So that's going to be the first point going to Bellevue. Tia Lawrence ready to serve again. That one played by Patterson. They go the quick set for Curligan. Bellevue on their attack. The first strike from Dyer. Pasco Long plays it into the back row. Cross-court set for Dyer. There's a stronger strike. Out of bounds, but played back in by Pasco Long. The tip from Curligan. Quick set that time. Into the net, and there's the side-out point for Chemeketa. We're tied at 1. First server for the Storm will be number 10, Lauren Curligan, as she sets up on the right side. Plays into the back corner. Quick set that time. Off Curligan is the strike from Carly Roll. Side out point back to Bellevue. A 1-point Bulldog lead. Carly Roll now ready to serve. The Storm defense set. Ball's in play, played by Pasco Long. They go back to her for the strike, out of bounds. And it's a 2-point Bulldog lead. We see Jane Kale at the front net for Chemeketa, 2-time NWAC Player of the Week. Roll with the ace, 4-1, the lead for Bellevue. Bulldogs by 3. That serve. Pasco Long runs up to take it. The attack again by Bellevue is successful. That was Abby Cole getting up to put it down. Side out point for Chemeketa. The front row defense by the Storm, rejecting Abby Cole's attack. That serve from Avery Sundberg. A double hit violation on Bellevue, and it's a 1-point match, 4-3. Bellevue in front of Chemeketa. Back set that time for Holst. That strike down. Certain to see a lot of attacking from number 8, Ayla Oxy, as she ties this one up at 4. Second serve from the center from Eleanor Belton. Quick set that time, tipped at the net by Kale. Left side attack by Dyer, tipped at the net. Side out point for Bellevue. They're back up by 1, and Rayleigh Holst is back to serve for the Bulldogs. I would anticipate close sets all the way through this championship match. 2 number 1 seeds going at it as Pasco Long finds the net on her attack. Bellevue now by 2, 6-4. The serve from Roll, played by Pasco Long. Couldn't get a lot of elevation, but it's tipped back over by Oxy. The attack from Dyer. Kale with the pass to Oxy. Played by Bolger. They go left side for Pasco Long. Tipped. Played out of bounds. Side out point for Chemeketa. We get a substitution for the Storm as number 7, Hayden Quattry, enters the match to serve. Chemeketa trailing by 1, 5-6. The jump serve from Quattry. Played by Dyer. The set, outside tough angle, and unable to clear. Always tough on those angles when you go too far outside on that set. And that one proved a little too tough, and we're tied at 6. There's the ace for Quattry, and Chemeketa is going to have their first lead of the match. They're up by 1, 7-6. Quattry gets the serve signal from head coach Tracy Stevenson. Dyer on the attack. Played by Quattry out of the back row. The attack by Patterson. Free ball from Bellevue. Kale that time looking for Oxy, and Oxy puts it down off of Cole in the front row. Chemeketa by 2, 8-6. The South well represented in the Final Four during this tournament. 3 of the teams were from the South. Quick set for Cole, blocked by Oxy. And that time they catch Chemeketa trying to read an attack. The quick set works, side out point for Bellevue. Bulldogs trail 8-7 as they get ready to serve. Avery Dyer with the serve, that powerful sinking serve. Oxy with the attack, long. The coach wants a tip. Doesn't get it, and we're tied at 8. Avery Dyer, the team leader in aces. That serve played by Bolger. Kale to Patterson. Blocked at the net and unable to get any elevation on it was Abby Cole. Side out point, Chemeketa. And Ayala Oxy comes back to serve with a 1-point lead. With her dribble, sends it in. Misread that time, little miscommunication on the part of the back row defense for Bellevue, and it's a 2-point lead for Chemeketa, 10-8. They go left side on the attack. That one played under the net by Chemeketa. Side out point for Bellevue as the libero, Erica Weber, gets set to serve. Played by Quattry. They go to Patterson. Patterson, the strike off of Weber. Side out point for the Storm. We get a defensive substitution. Eleanor Belton back in the match for Chemeketa, and Jane Kale gets ready to serve. Center set, out of bounds. Nice job keeping that one in play by the Storm. Free ball dumped into the back corner. Another free ball back the other way. Patterson on the attack, picked up by Weber. Bellevue goes left side. Nice back row play by both these teams. There's Belton, blocked at the net. Carly Roll with the block. And Megan Rogers is ready to serve for the Bulldogs. Patterson out of the back row. Kale sets back for Patterson. That one down the line and in. We get the side out point for Chemeketa. Storm again by 2, 12-10. Josephine Pasco Long back in the match. And Haley Patterson, wearing number 11, ready to serve from the left side. That serve out. Tried for that back corner. Unable to get it in there. Substitution for Bellevue as their next server, Tia Lawrence, returns to the match. The lead 1. Serve played by Pasco Long. Patterson back to Pasco Long. Back set looking for Dyer. Blocked up front by Curligan. There's the tip from Curligan. Weber, a nice job. Quick tip from Bellevue. The attack from Chemeketa. Finding the very, very back corner that time. Chemeketa unable to track that one down, and we're tied at 12. Bolger to Kale. Quick set for Curligan. That strike from Roll heads to the stands, and in the stands, now it's Bellevue by 1. Our third lead change here in this match. Tia Lawrence's serve. Clears the net, play to the front row by Pasco Long. And unable to get out of the way was Erica Weber. She decided at the very last second to play it and couldn't get anything on it, so it'll be a side out point for Chemeketa. Curligan with the serve. Right side attack, down. Rayleigh Holst with the point for Bellevue. Carly Roll back to serve. It's the Bulldogs by 1, 14-13. That one played by Haley Patterson to Kale, to Pasco Long. Off of the Bellevue front row, tied at 14. Avery Sundberg returns to the match for Chemeketa, as she is set to serve. Played by Lawrence. They go to Cole. Picked up out of the back row. Quick set for Oxy. And her strike is long. Side out point goes to Bellevue, and we're going to have our first timeout on the floor. The Bulldogs leading by 1, 15-14. We're back right after this message from our sponsors.
I'm Danny Horton, and I'm an STCU member. The windstorm of 2015, who doesn't remember that? Had no power, were the heaters, the horse drop was a 600-pound block of ice. STCU stepped up. I went straight down. I got the loan I needed. If it hadn't been for STCU and the ability to provide everything I needed, where would I have been? I'm Danny Horton, and STCU is here for good.
And welcome back to the Tacoma Convention Center, back out of the timeout. The serve from Rayleigh Holst. Unable to clear the net on the attack is the Storm. And now Bellevue will go up by 2, 16-14. Rayleigh Holst back to serve. That serve played by Patterson. Back set from Kale for Oxy. Splits the defense. Side out point, Chemeketa. Hayden Quattry back in the match to serve for the Storm. Looking to even it up at 16. They trail by 1. That jump serve played to the back row by Dyer. There's the pass right back to her, blocked out of bounds by Oxy. And that's a side out point for Bellevue. Bulldogs again by 2 with 8 to go. Avery Dyer back there to serve. And there it is, that sinking serve. Read pretty well by Bolger. But at the very last second, it dived. And we get the side out point that time for Chemeketa. Chemeketa down by 2. Ayla Oxy ready to serve. Standing at center court. A diving attempt to keep that one in. Free ball from Chemeketa. What a defensive play by Hayden Quattry. But Bellevue able to pick up the side out point anyway. And another 3-point lead. Erica Weber serving. An ace. A 4-point lead for the Bulldogs. Played out of the back row by Morgan Bolger. At the net, dumped over by Bellevue. Bolger to Kale, to Curligan. She punches it over. Here comes the offensive attack for Bellevue. They go with the tip instead. That strike from Patterson, played by Weber. Left side for Bellevue, blocked. Up front by Kale. The quick tip, down. Caught the Bellevue defense trying to get set up. Nice play that time from Jane Kale. And it's a 3-point Bellevue lead, 2017. Jane Kale, your next server. That tip out of bounds. A 2-point lead for Bellevue. Every bit what I was expecting for this match. Wouldn't you say, Justin? Justin, the producer from Lower Columbia College, handling all of the technical skills for this presentation. Kept in bounds by Bellevue. Back row attack. In. Chemeketa a little too cautious when it comes to strikes close to the line. That one also cost them. They trail by 3, 21-18. Curligan unable to get it over the top of the net. 4-point lead for Bellevue, 3 to go. Timeout on the floor taken by Chemeketa. And Bellevue with the lead. We'll be back right after this timeout.
The first day of school is kind of scary. You don't know your teachers yet or who your friends will be. But school is really important. It's how you learn things and grow.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're gonna do great, Mommy.
For you. For them. Clark College. Get started today at clark.edu.
And welcome back to the Tacoma Convention Center, site of the 2017 NWAC Volleyball Championship, hosted by Pierce College. Always a fantastic job by Athletic Director Duncan Stevenson and his crew of volunteers. Back to action coming out of the timeout. Bellevue with a 4-point lead, 3 to go as we await the next serve. And there it comes. Patterson to Curligan. Curligan punches it over. Picked up out of the back row. Left side attack. The Bellevue fans loud as the R1 calls the tip. And it is a 5-point lead, 23-18. Bellevue knocking on the door in this first set. Left side attack for Patterson. Kept in bounds by Bellevue. Some great defense by both of these teams to keep some of those hard strikes in play. There's the back row attack. Quattry to Kale to Patterson. The tip, good. Just like the coach drew it up. Side out point for Chemeketa. Josephine, Pasco Long back in the game. Haley Patterson ready to serve. Chemeketa trails by 4. They go across court that time. That strike blocked by Eleanor Belton. A 3-point deficit for Chemeketa. 23-20. That serve in. Right on the line. A 2-point lead for Bellevue. Chemeketa would love nothing more than to string a couple more together right here. Played by Weber. They go quick set that time off Bolger. That was Carly Roll with the attack. Side out point for Bellevue, and they've reached set point as Tia Lawrence comes back in to serve, but before she does so, timeout on the floor, and we're going to take a timeout to hear from one of our fantastic sponsors.
I'm Deborah Jackson. I work at STCU. During the windstorm of 2015, we were expecting that members would need any number of things. I was talking with a colleague. It popped into my head that why can't we do something to help offset that cost for our members and our community? So that day we came up with the Get It Fixed loan. Everyone was on board with it. It was done that day. Being part of this community and involved and invested as we are, when we see a need like that, we take the action. I'm Deborah Jackson, and STCU is here for good.
And welcome back to the Tacoma Convention Center. Set point. First set action. Bellevue leading 24-21 over Chemeketa. Best of 5 here in the championship match. The first one of potentially 2. Pasco Long's attack blocked by Holst. Here comes the Bulldogs. That one blocked by Belton. The attack from Dyer met at the net by Eleanor Belton, and it's 24-22, set point Bellevue as Lauren Curligan comes back to serve. Tia Lawrence plays it to the net. The tip picked up by Curligan. The pass go long. Lawrence goes cross looking for Dyer. She knocks it over. Curligan to Kale. Back set for Belton. Her tip played by Weber. That attack blocked by Oxy. Right side for Belton. And we're going to have a double hit violation on Chemeketa. The point goes to Bellevue. And they win the first set. Final score, Bulldogs 25, Chemeketa 22. We're back with the second set right after this timeout.
This is Combine Training.
I will.
Medical specialists in the Guard are skilled in CPR, field triage, and emergency life support. Medics stabilize and evac the wounded during combat, come to the aid of civilians in a disaster, and provide day-to-day outpatient care. Medical specialists are saving lives on and off the battlefield.
And we're back. First set goes to Bellevue, 25-22. The R2 confirming the lineups. Now speaking with the official scorer. Both the liberos on the sideline of their respective sides of the court. What a set to open up this championship match. Should Bellevue win best 3 out of 5, we will go to a second match taking place a half an hour after the conclusion of the first one. And there's Erica Weber entering the match for Bellevue. Bellevue now in the near court if you're watching from home. Blue tops, blue shorts, red numbers. Erica Weber in the white top with the red sleeves. Chemeketa, black shorts, white tops, black numbers. And their libero all in black. Hayden Quattry ready to be the first server for the Storm to get set number 2 underway. From the center, that one's played by Weber. Left side on the attack. And the point for Bellevue. First serve for the Bulldogs will come from Rayleigh Holst. Played by Bolger. Kale with a cross-court set. Picked up by Lawrence out of the back row. Again for Dyer. Quattry to Kale. Left side for Patterson. Lawrence with that set she does backwards, facing away from the net, but successful. Side out point goes to Chemeketa, and Ayla Oxy is the Storm server as she goes to Dyer. Dyer's attack at the center blocked at the net. Chemeketa by 1, 2-1. Tall play at the net that time from Haley Patterson and Lauren Curligan for the Storm. That serve long. Side out point for Bellevue. Holst serving for the Bulldogs. The running jump serve from the middle. Kale goes cross for Patterson. The tip that time. Nice diving attempt to keep it in play by Rayleigh Holst, but that'll be a point for Chemeketa as we have a substitution as Eleanor Belton comes back into the match. Jane Kale ready to serve. Lawrence. Ball played back over by Chemeketa. The tip that time in. Megan Rogers placed that as perfectly as you possibly could to pick up the point for Bellevue. As we get the substitution for the Bulldogs, Jordan Hunter back in the match. Avery Dyer ready to serve. There's that jump serve. Bolger plays it out of the back row. They go to Patterson. She tips it out of bounds. And now Bellevue has the lead 4-3. The serve from Dyer to Bolger. Quattry goes, back row attack that time from Kale. Trying to keep that one in bounds was Jordan Hunter, but again, she had the tough angle on that one, so that'll be the side out point for Chemeketa. That'll tie us up at 4 as Haley Patterson gets set to serve. The R2 over speaking with the Chemeketa coach. Number 6, Josephine Pasco-Long, waits to be subbed in, and there's the whistle. Set to get back to action now. The serve from Patterson. Dyer. Quick tip that time from Abby Cole into the net. And Chemeketa takes the lead back 5-4. Center attack by Cole in the net. Bellevue trails by 2. The Bulldogs, a team that we've seen trail as much as 7 and win sets yesterday. Chemeketa, a team that doesn't typically let teams get back into the match once they hold the lead. There's a side out point for Bellevue. Carly Roll back in the match for the Bulldogs. Erica Weber ready to serve. 2 very strong volleyball programs here as Weber picks up the ace, tied at 6. Very much how the first set went if you're just joining us. Weber with the serve from the left side, picked up by Bolger out of the back row. To set that time for Curligan. First strike into the net. Point for Bellevue. Bulldogs with the lead now. 7-6. That one played by Pasco-Long. Sent back over by Bolger to Pasco-Long. She punches it over. And that one finds some of the blue court. Side out point for Chemeketa. Tied at 7. As Lauren Curligan is ready to serve. Weber. They go left side on the attack for Hunter. Pasco-Long going to be called on the carry. She looks at her coach like, I don't think I did that. The R1 thinks she did, and that's who gets the final word, so that's going to be a side-out point for Bellevue. Megan Rogers ready to serve. Pasco-Long, one of the better volleyball players you're going to see at any tournament, and there she proves it. That thunder strike for the side-out point. No chance on the carry that time. Tied at 8. Avery Sundberg back in the match for Chemeketa. Played by Dyer. Quick set. Sundberg. Kale to Pasco Long. Megan Rogers keeps it alive. Back row attack from Dyer. Easily played by Patterson. They go right side on the attack as Oxy gets up and puts it out of bounds off of Bellevue. Another point for Chemeketa. They retake the lead. It is 9-8. Here come the Storm. Sundberg. Her serve long. Side out point Bellevue. Tied at 9. Tia Lawrence back in the match to serve for the Bulldogs. That serve picked up by Patterson on the back row to Pasco Long. Off of Weber and into the third row of stands. That thunder strike from number 6 on Chemeketa. 10-9, the Storm lead. Hayden Quattry on to serve. Played by Dyer. Back set from Rogers to Holst. Chemeketa sets up the attack, rolls across the net, and stays in on the Bellevue side. It is a 2-point Chemeketa lead, 11-9. The Bellevue coaching staff rallying up their players. Bulldog defense set. The serve from Quattry. Played by Dyer. Rogers with the set. Bolger picks it up on the Chemeketa side. Patterson with the attack. Blocked. Side out point Bellevue. And it is 11-10. Chemeketa by 1. As we get the next serve, this one coming from number 2, Rayleigh Holst. Or check that, 12. The ponytail parted, and I was able to see the entire number. Carly Roll on the serve. Will strike that time out of bounds. And a side-out point for Chemeketa. As Ayla Oxy goes back to serve with a 2-point lead. Every once in a while, a ponytail will catch up on a number. And then they move and you can see it. Oxy keeps it alive. Free ball from Kale. Lawrence in the middle of the back row. The strike that time out of bounds from Abby Cole. And it is Chemeketa with their largest lead of the match, 13-10. The serve from Oxy. That time the tip from Cole, blocked at the net. Bellevue unable to reset it up. A 4-point Chemeketa lead, 14-10. Lawrence runs up to play that one. The set from Rogers. And that one's blocked, but played off of Bellevue. A 5-point lead for Chemeketa. We're going to have a timeout on the floor taken by Bellevue. Hey fans, Clark College in Vancouver, Washington is enrolling for the winter quarter. Whether you want to advance your career, complete a degree, or earn your high school diploma, Clark College can help you reach your goals. Visit clark.edu to learn more. We're back after this timeout.
There is no obstacle an engineer can't tackle, build around, or blow up. Skilled and versatile, these soldiers pave the way, building fortifications, detecting and destroying mines, or restoring electricity after a natural disaster. Nothing stands in the way of a guard engineer.
Fans, our host college celebrating 50 years of possibilities realized. Pierce College is here to guide you to student success. With more than 60 programs of study at Pierce College, there's a fit for you, your life, and your schedule, including short-term certificate programs, transfer degrees, and even a baccalaureate program, Pierce provides the flexible degree options for you to help you on your path. Your pathway is clear at Pierce College. The next serve from Oxy. Right side attack, the tip by Holst. Quick set from Kale, down right in front of Erica Weber. A 6-point Chemeketa lead, 16-10. Ayla Oxy puts the ball back in play, played by Dyer. That attack from Abby Cole, picked up by Oxy out of the back row. Right side from Curligan. Lawrence looking for Dyer. Nice defensive play. That one blocked by Cole. Again left side from Patterson, played by Weber. The quick tip, block. Bellevue keeps it alive. Lawrence dumps it over. Kale with a set for Patterson in the middle. Weber. The play to Dyer. That one's down. Side out point, Bellevue. Rayleigh Holst now serving. Bellevue trailing by 5, 16-11. That serve clips the top of the net, hangs for a second, and then drops. Net serve, side out point, Chemeketa. As Eleanor Belton returns to the game for the Storm. Jane Kale ready to serve. A violation on Bellevue gives the Storm a 7-point lead with 7 points to go, 18-11. Dyer to Holst, back to Dyer, down. Side out point Bellevue, 18-12, the Chemeketa lead. Avery Dyer ready to serve. Storm ready on defense. There's the jump serve, picked up out of the back row by Quatry. Put down by Cole. Kept alive by the Storm. Curligan, her strike. Bellevue on the attack. Bolger plays it to Kale, to Patterson. Blocked by Cole. Strong play at the net from Bellevue on that one. They trail by 5. Side out. Points to go to Bellevue. 18-13. Dyer still with the serve. Both of these teams have their supporters fired up. Patterson out of bounds. Oh, looks like we're going to have a net violation called on Abby Cole. Her teammates coming over telling her, that's all right. Let's stay in the game. 6-point lead for Chemeketa with a side out point. Haley Patterson ready to serve. A gift from Bellevue on that side out point. The set for Hunter. The attack from Chemeketa played out of bounds by Bellevue. And Chemeketa leads by 7, 20-13. 5 to go to even up the match for the Storm. Patterson with the serve, played by Dyer. Holst with a cross-court pass for Hunter. Bolger for Belton, blocked by Cole. And that'll bring the side-out point to the Bulldogs. They trail by 6. The libero, Erica Weber, ready to serve. Pass go long, picks it up out of the backcourt. They go right back to her on the attack. Spins it into the Bellevue backcourt. Bulldogs with a quick tip over. Dumped back by Curligan. Back set that time for Roll. Backcourt attack from Chemeketa. And Patterson unable to clear the net. A 5-point lead now for Chemeketa. 20-15. Erica Weber still serving. The fans lined up behind her, cheering her on. That serve long. 21-15. Ayla Oxy back on the court for the Storm. Lauren Curligan ready to serve. That serve played by Dyer. Back set for Rogers. Violation, double hit. 7-point lead for the Storm, 3 to go. Curligan with the serve. Played by Weber. To Rogers, the attack from Dyer. Here comes the Storm. 2 diving attempts by the Bulldogs, and they cannot keep it in play. 23-15, the Storm lead. Curligan set to serve. Dyer steps in front of Weber to take it. There's the set for Roll. Dump back over by Chemeketa. Again, they go to Roll. Roll gets it down that time. Side out point, Bellevue. 7-point lead for Chemeketa. Megan Rogers ready to put it in play for the Bulldogs. Played by Patterson on the back row to Kale. Cross court to Pascal Long. Right between the back row defenders for Bellevue. Set point, Chemeketa. And in to serve is number 13, Avery Sundberg. 8-point lead. Weber to Rogers. They go to Hunter out of bounds. Point Chemeketa, and they take set number 2. Final score, Storm 25, Bulldogs 16. We're back after this timeout.
The Guard has over 50,000 wheeled vehicles in action. The vast fleet of Humvees, troop transports, and fuel tank trucks are always moving soldiers, gear, and equipment around the world, or delivering aid to civilians during domestic emergencies. Transport operators are essential in getting the Guard to where it needs to be.
LCC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
I'm Keith Appleton, Education Outreach Officer at STCU. I have been labeled as frugal. I'm more motivated by saving money than I am about spending money. I essentially have had the same vehicle for nearly half of my life. It's absolutely practice what you preach. One of my passions is mountain biking, and one of the ways that I can afford to have a quality mountain bike is by cutting expenses in other areas of my life. STCU has given me an opportunity to share things that I've learned with the community. I'm Keith Appleton, and STCU is here for good.
The first day of school is kind of scary. You don't know your teachers yet or who your friends will be. But school is really important. It's how you learn things and grow.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're gonna do great, Mommy.
For you, for them, Clark College. Get started today at clark.edu.
And welcome back to the Tacoma Convention Center. One thing we know for sure, we will need at least a fourth set in this match, the championship match between the Bellevue Bulldogs and Chemeketa Storm. We are tied at 1 set apiece. Bellevue picking up the first set, 25-22. Chemeketa picking up the second, 25-16. All the excitement you would expect from two number 1 seeds playing for the title, the 2017 Northwest Athletic Conference Championship on the line. We are to confirm the lineups. tosses the ball to Bellevue's number 4, Tia Lawrence, as we are set to go here in the third set. Momentum swings plenty in that last set. There's the strike from Oxy. Out of bounds. First point of set number 3 goes to Bellevue. The next serve from Lawrence. Played by Patterson to Kale. Cross court to Pasco Long. There's that strike. Side out point, Chemeketa. Quick substitution as Hayden Quattry comes in for Pasco Long. And Quattry set to serve. Dyer stepped in front of Weber that time. Played it long out of the backside of the court. Point Chemeketa. They're up by 1, 2-1, early in set number 3. The serve from Quattry. That one played by Dyer. Back set looking for Holst. Holst with the tip. Played by Bolger to Oxy. And into the net. Side out point for Bellevue as Carly Roll gets set to serve for the Bulldogs. All tied at 2. That one played by Quattry to Kale. Cross court for Patterson. Picked up by Lawrence. Left side on the attack to Dyer. Incredible job to keep that one in play by Chemeketa. That one from Abby Cole off of Bolger. Point Bellevue. Our third lead change already here in this third set, 3-2. Bellevue by 1. Ace. Carly Roll dropped that one right in front of Bolger. And the Bulldogs lead by 2, 4-2. Patterson out of the back row to Kale. Back to Patterson. Down the line, out of bounds. A 3-point Bulldog lead. The next serve from Roll. On its way. Quick set for Oxy. There's the tip. They go across for Dyer. Blocked by Oxy. Tipped at the net by Jane Kale. And she finds the court. Side out point for Chemeketa. A 2-point Bellevue lead. Ayla Oxy, the next server for the Storm. Played by Dyer out of the back row. Cole with the attack. Kale for Patterson. Blocked. Heading towards the Chemeketa bench and down. Side out point for Bellevue. 3-point Bulldog lead. Rayleigh Holst ready to serve. Quattry to Kale to Patterson. Lawrence picks it up out of the backcourt. Quick set that time from Holst. Back for Curligan. And a block from Dyer. 4-point Bellevue lead. 7-3. Patterson with the strike. Played by Weber. Net violation on Bellevue. Side out point, Chemeketa, and Jane Kale is ready to serve. Chemeketa trailing by 3. Lawrence to Holst to Dyer. Patterson on the attack. They're going to say that Avery Dyer carried that one. Point Chemeketa. Kale with the serve. The tip that time played to the net by Chemeketa. Back set for Belton. Belton drops it into the Bellevue front row. The attack from Cole. Well played by Bolger. Patterson from the backcourt. Weber. Cross court for Dyer. Dyer with the tip. Again to Belton. Played by Holst. Lawrence to Dyer. Bolger keeps it in play. Patterson sends it back row for Quattry. Rogers plays that one for Lawrence. She dumps it over. Nice rally by both these teams. Curligan picked up by Holst. Dyer with a tip. Top-notch volleyball right here, folks. Quick set for Cole. Kale to Bolger. Tough angle. Patterson keeps it in. There's Weber. That's going to be dumped over by Cole. Quattry to Kale with a quick set. Dive by Lawrence. Patterson with the drive. Finally the rally won by Chemeketa. What a rally by both these teams as you hear both sides of the stands appreciating what they just saw. The Bellevue lead now won 7-6. Lawrence slipped, trying to play that serve. Laughs it off, tied at 7. The R2 steps out to wipe the moisture off of this sport court. Kale with the serve, that one played by Lawrence. Set to Cole. And they're going to call that one in. Good call from the line judge on the far side. It did indeed catch the line. Bellevue back up by 1 now as Avery Dyer gets set to serve. Run and jump serve, played by Quattry. Quattry to Kale. Cross court for Patterson, blocked by Holst. Back set that time for Belton. Off of Cole, and we're tied at 8. Josephine Pasco Long back in the match for Chemeketa. Haley Patterson ready to serve. That serve played by Weber. Quick set, nobody home. Bellevue by 1, 9-8. Erica Weber ready to serve. Patterson to Kale. To Curligan, rolls it across the net, but not over. And it's a 2-point Bellevue lead, 10-8. The serve from Weber. Played by Bolger. Kept alive by Patterson, dumped back over by Kale. Quick set that time doesn't work. Pasco Long dumps it over off the top of the net. Dumped over, and it was headed out, but Kale kept it in play. Bellevue now sets up their attack. Patterson goes to Pasco Long, and Pasco Long puts it in the net. A 3-point Bellevue lead, 11-8. Weber ready for her next serve. Out. Side out point sends the ball back to Chemeketa. With the Storm trailing by 2. Lauren Curligan ready to serve. Holst with the back set for Rogers. Kept alive by Weber that time. Dumped back over by Holst. Pasco Long with the tip. Played by Holst. That strike by Jordan Hunter blocked the net, but Chemeketa unable to return it. A 3-point Bellevue lead 12-9. The serve from Rayleigh Holst. Pass go long on the attack. Blocked by Bellevue. Bellevue doing a good job of the net against Josephine Pasco Long, one of the premier strikers in the NWAC. Dumped back over by Pasco Long. Tipped down by Oxy. Patterson to Kale to Belton. And a double hit violation on Chemeketa. It is a 5-point lead for Bellevue. Timeout on the floor taken by Chemeketa. Bellevue on top, 14-9. We're back after this timeout.
The first day of school is kind of scary. You don't know your teachers yet or who your friends will be. But school is really important. It's how you learn things and grow.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're gonna do great, Mommy.
For you, for them, Clark College. Get started today at clark.edu.
And we're back here at the Tacoma Convention Center. Bulldogs with a 5-point lead here in set 3. All tied up, one set apiece. Our next serve coming from Megan Rogers. Played by Pasco Long. To Kale, back to Pasco Long, off the net, out of bounds, 15-9. Bellevue by 6. Rogers with the serve, played by Patterson. Quick set for Oxy, blocked by Bellevue. Kept alive by Chemeketa. Bellevue on the attack now, back row attack from Dyer, played by Oxy. Looking for Pasco Long. Pasco Long picks up the side out point for Chemeketa. Storm trailing by 5 as Avery Sundberg re-enters the match to serve. Her serve played by Dyer out of the back row. There's the set looking for Roll. Nice diving save from Patterson. Back to the net, free ball. Holst. Then they go cross court. Blocked out of bounds. Side out point for Bellevue. 6-point lead as Tia Lawrence comes back in to serve. 16-10. 9 to go for Bellevue. That serve played by Pasco Long. Kale back set to Oxy. Oxy the run and hit. Off of Tia Lawrence. Out of bounds. Side out point for Chemeketa as Hayden Quatry replaces Josephine Pasco Long into serve. Serve played by Weber. Still alive. Punched towards the net by Bolger. Patterson with the strike, picked up by Erica Weber. They go left side on the attack from Avery Dyer. And that one's going to go out of bounds. Thought I saw a misdirection on the ball. Apparently not. That'll be the point for the Storm. 4 is the lead for Bellevue. The serve from Quatry. Out of bounds. Side out point, Bellevue. And Carly Roll is now serving. That serve played by Bolger to Kale to Patterson. Point Storm. Lauren Kurligan back on the floor for Chemeketa. Ayla Oxy serving. 4-point lead for Bellevue. Oxy to Dyer. To Cole. In. Side out point. Bellevue. Rayleigh Holst serving. Chemeketa's going on to string a couple of points together here before they start trading side out points this far into the set. Nice set that time from Kale to Patterson. Here comes the attack. Quick set from Holst. Back set that time for Kurligan. Blocked by Dyer. Out of bounds. Point Bellevue 19-13. 6 to go. Leading by 6 is the Bulldogs. Left side for Patterson. Tipped at the net, out of bounds, side out point for Chemeketa. Eleanor Belton back in the match for the Storm. Jane Kale set to serve. They are looking for Dyer on that side. The line judge is calling it tipped. The players disagree. The Chemeketa coach says, hey, don't worry about it. Let's get it back. Bellevue by 6, 20-14. Next serve from Dyer. Patterson on the left side. Weber to Holst, the tip. Quick set that time. Played out of bounds by Bellevue. Side out point for the Storm. They now trail 20-15. Josephine Pasco-Long back in for Chemeketa. Haley Patterson ready to serve. The attack from Cole, played by Bolger. Nice attempt to track it down by Pasco-Long. Side out point for Bellevue. 6-point lead, 4 to go. Erica Weber ready to serve. The captain for Chemeketa over to talk to the R1. Now the R2 heading over. Here in the third set. 6-point lead for Bellevue, 21-15. The captain for Bellevue over to talk. And they're going to say replay the point. The R2 now talking to the Bellevue bench. Head coach of the Bulldogs, Jocelyn Lawrence. So we're back to 20-15, Bellevue on top. Haley Patterson ready with the reserve. Played out of the back row. They go looking for Holt, actually Hunter with the tip. And there's the side out point for Bellevue, 21-15. I thought it was Holst. It was Jordan Hunter with that running tip. Weber with the serve, played by Patterson. Kale for Pasco-Long, down. When she's able to tee it up, that is so tough to stop. Chemeketa down by 5. Lauren Kurligan ready to serve. Played by Weber. Holst looking for Hunter. That strike successful, 22-16. Bellevue by 6 with 3 to go. Megan Rogers with the serve, played by Bolger. Back set for Belton, blocked by Bellevue. Kept alive by the Storm. Pasco-Long, long. Out of bounds, 23-17. Timeout on the floor taken by the Storm. And we'll be back right after this message.
I remember the moment clearly.
I'll never forget that moment.
As long as I live.
I realized at that moment, when we first saw the damage, these people really needed us. And I was going to make a difference, right here in my community. Together with local responders, we cleared trees and collapsed walls. We had to get to the family trapped beneath. As a citizen soldier, I made a difference.
Be there for your community at NationalGuard.com.
And welcome back to Tacoma Convention Center. Bellevue, 2 to go to pick up the third set with a 7-point lead, 23-16. We are tied for the moment at 1 set apiece. Megan Rogers back to serve for the Bulldogs. That serve played by Pasco Long. They go back to her for the attack. Tipped over by Belton. Back set. The attack by Holst, good. And we are at set point for Bellevue. 24-16. Megan Rogers ready to serve again. The Storm defense set. Ball's in play, played by Pasco Long. Kale goes back to her on the attack. Picked up by Weber out of the back row. Left side attack, Bolger. Back to Pasco Long. Tipped at the net by Bellevue. Here they come, back row attack from Dyer. Down off of Bolger. And the third set goes to Bellevue. Final score, Bulldogs 25, Chemeketa 16. We're back with set number 4 after this timeout.
I am strong.
I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination.
Confidence.
I trust my gut. No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership.
I want to make my team and family proud.
Be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
Nestled within tall trees and beautiful buildings, Pierce College has established itself as a national leader in improving student success. With 2 main campuses in Puyallup and Fort Steilacoom, and satellite campuses on Joint Base Lewis-McChord, Pierce College strives to create quality educational opportunities to help students realize their possibilities. As we celebrate 50 years in the community, Pierce College is proud to offer more than 60 programs of study with a fit for you, your life, your schedule, and your dream. Find your path, start at Pierce College today, and realize your possibilities. Visit pierce.ctc.edu.
And welcome back to the Tacoma Convention Center. 4th set coming up. Bellevue with a 2-1 set lead. Winners of the first set 25-22. Chemeketa in the second set 25-16. And then a 25-16 win in the third set by Bellevue. If Bellevue wins one of these next 2 possible sets, we will go to a best of 3 match 30 minutes after this match concludes. This is the 5th consecutive elimination match played by Bellevue. Successful in the first 4 and holding a 2-1 set lead here in this one. Bulldogs in the near court now. Chemeketa serving from the far side. The R2 ready to go, sends the ball to our first server, who is Hayden Quattry from the Storm. Played by Weber. The set for roll. Patterson on the attack for Chemeketa. Rolls it across the net and down on the Bellevue side. First point of set number 4 goes to the Storm. It is 1-0. Quattry with the serve, played by Dyer. The pass from Rogers to Holst. Chemeketa goes back to Patterson off Weber, 2-0. The Storm lead. The next serve from Quattry. The attack from Roll. Kale looking for Patterson. Blocked up front by Holst. Side out point, Bellevue. And Carly Roll is the next server. Bolger plays it long, back over to the Bellevue side. The attack that time from Dyer. Sent back over by Quattry. That time for Cole. Kale looking for Patterson. That one goes off a Carly Roll. And the side out point goes to Chemeketa. They lead 3-1. Ayla Oxy ready to serve. Played by Dyer. Set from Rogers. Cole tips it back over. Kale to Curligan. Quick set that time, picked up out of the back row by Chemeketa. And a little bit out of the reach of Curligan that time. Side out point for Bellevue. And Bellevue ready to serve. Rayleigh Holst, the next server. That jump serve played by Quattry. To Kale, to Patterson. The tip put back down by Abby Cole. Tied at 3. The next serve by Rayleigh Holst. Quattry to Kale, back to Patterson. Blocked, but blocked out of bounds by Bellevue. A good job getting up, but not able to redirect it back into play. And we get the side out point for Chemeketa. 4-3 they lead as Jane Kale gets ready to serve. Rogers looking for Dyer. Dyer reaches back. Blocked by Curligan. Cole finds the blue court. Side out point Bellevue tied at 4. And Avery Dyer is the next server. That serve played by Quattry out of the back row. Nice diving save from Kale to keep it in play. Patterson picked up by Dyer. Left side on the attack for Jordan Hunter. And she punishes the ball. A 1-point Bellevue lead, 5-4. This set starting very much like the first 3. Very close. The serve from Dyer. Clips the net. Curligan keeps it in to Patterson. Patterson. Her strike picked up by Weber. Back row attack from Dyer. Down. Six to 4. Bellevue by 2. Next serve from Dyer. That's an ace. 7-4. Bellevue with a 2-1 set lead. Chemeketa does not want to let them get too far ahead at this point. Dyer with the ace. 8-4. That sinking power serve dropped right in front of Chemeketa's libero, Morgan Bolger. Chemeketa defense ready to go. That clips the net, picked up by Quattry. Back to Curligan, her strike long, and it's 9-4. And there's the timeout taken by Chemeketa. They trail the Bulldogs 9-4. We're back after this message from one of our great sponsors.
LCC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
And we're back, Tacoma Convention Center. That message by Lower Columbia Community College, the host sponsor of the NWAC baseball tournament. Their staff always present at these fantastic NWAC tournaments. No different here, as our producer, Justin, is from Lower Columbia. The next serve from Dyer. Hangs after clipping the net and drops a third serve during this rally, not returned by Chemeketa. 6 points is the lead for Bellevue. Bolger plays that one clean. That attack. Dyer with a diving save, tipped by Hunter. Kept in play by Bellevue. And the strike from Curligan into the net. 11-4, the score, Bellevue by 7. The head coach of Chemeketa talking to the R2. Avery Dyer ready to serve again. A match that was 5-4, now 11-4. That one played by Patterson to Kale, back to Patterson. The dive from Weber. Dyer with that attack. Sent back over by Kale. Cole, her strike, played by Chemeketa to Patterson. And Patterson puts an end to the Bellevue rally. Side out point, Chemeketa. Josephine Pasco-Long back in the match for the Storm. Haley Patterson ready to serve. We're seeing a showcase of power from both of these teams. Patterson and Pasco-Long on the Chemeketa side. Very talented as well. Dyer blocked by Eleanor Belton. Point Storm, 11-6. Eleanor Belton, 44 blocks coming into this match. Tough angle that time. And Chemeketa unable to return it. Side out point for Bellevue. 12-6 the score. Erica Weber, the next server. Bolger to Jane Kale, looking for Pasco-Long. Her drive, a little too powerful. And it is a 7-point Bellevue lead, 13-6. Weber with the serve. Out of bounds, side out point, Chemeketa. Ayla Oxy back on the floor for the Storm. Lauren Curligan, the next server. Sent back over by Megan Rogers. Back set for Belton. Belton with the attack. Point Storm, 18-13. A great job behind the scenes by Pierce baseball players handling the ball shagging duties during this match. Megan Rogers has her strike blocked. Another point for the Storm. They trail by 4, 13-9. Net serve, I believe that's the first, now the second we've seen of those in 4 sets. A good job serving so far by both of these teams as Megan Rogers gets set to serve for Bellevue with a 5-point lead, 14-9. Pass go long, backward attack by Patterson. Played by Dyer. Roll. Gets that one down. Another point by Carly Roll. And we have a timeout on the floor. Bellevue by 6, 15-9. We're back after this message. Prepare for an inspired future at Lynn Benton Community College in Albany, Oregon. You get personalized support, small classes, and you save money. Train for a job, get your bachelor's degree started, or check out the degree partnership program with OSU. LBCC Inspired. And fans, be sure to check out the NWAC on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for all the latest NWAC news. Also visit nwacsports.org for the most recent information on schedules, scores, stats, and more. We're back to action. Bellevue a 6-point lead. 15-9. Megan Rogers ready to serve. That serve played by Pascal Long. The play right back to her, blocked up front. Bellevue thought they got a hand underneath it. The line judge said it was down, so that's going to be a side-out point for Chemeketa as Avery Sundberg comes into the match to serve. Dyer to Rogers to Hunter for the kill. Side-out point Bellevue. Tia Lawrence replacing Jordan Hunter. Bellevue by 6, 16-10, 9 to go to force a second championship match. Double elimination tournament. Pascal Long's attack picked up by Weber. Back to Pascal Long. Patterson to Josephine again. And some miscommunication on defense by Bellevue. And we get a side-out point for Chemeketa. Hayden Quattry ready to serve. They trail by 5. Dyer to Rogers to roll. Down, point, side out point Bellevue. Carly Roll ready to serve. Played by Haley Patterson. Her attack ruled out by the line judge. Side out point for Bellevue. 18-11. As Carly Roll gets set to serve. That one played by Patterson to Kale. Kale with a quick set. Side out point, Chemeketa. Ayla Oxy ready to serve. Chemeketa needing a few points here. Swapping side out points won't get it done. They trail by 6. 7 to go for Bellevue. Back set for Holst. Blocked! Lauren Curligan getting way above the net to block that one. Chemeketa trailing by 5. Dyer played to Rogers. Rogers quick set picked up by Quattry. Patterson on the attack. Point, Chemeketa. 4 is the Bellevue lead. This is the run that Chemeketa was looking for. They go to Dyer on the left side. Patterson to Kale. Back set to Sundberg. Abby Cole gets the kill off of the Chemeketa front row. Side out point for Bellevue. 5-point lead, 19-14. Rayleigh Holst serving. Played by Quattry. They go to Patterson. Picked up by Weber. Weber to Holst. To Avery. And Avery Dyer's attack long. Substitution for Chemeketa. Eleanor Belton back in the match. Jane Kale ready to serve. The tip, that time by Abby Cole, ruled long. The Bellevue fans not in agreement, it sounds like. 3-point lead for Bellevue. Holst with a quick set. Chemeketa on the attack. Misplayed by Weber, and it is just a 2-point Bellevue lead. 19-7. Lawrence plays that one to Holst. Net violation. On Bellevue, a 1-point lead, and we get timeout on the floor. Bellevue on top, 19-18, back after this timeout.
The Guard has over 50,000 wheeled vehicles in action. The vast fleet of Humvees, troop transports, and fuel tank trucks are always moving soldiers, gear, and equipment around the world, or delivering aid to civilians during domestic emergencies. Transport operators are essential in getting the Guard to where it needs to be.
And welcome back to the Tacoma Convention Center. Chemeketa serving. They've closed a decent-sized Bellevue lead to get back within 1, 19-18 here in the fourth set. Bellevue leading 2-1. Jane Kale ready to serve. Played by Dyer. The set from Holst. The attack from Dyer. And Bellevue gets the side out point. Jordan Hunter back in the match up front for Bellevue. Avery Dyer ready to serve. 20-18 the score. That serve played by Patterson. Chemeketa returns. Tipped by Megan Rogers. Kale back set for Belton. Blocked by Cole, but unable to clear. And it's a side out point for Chemeketa. Josephine Pasco Long back in the match. Haley Patterson ready to serve. Patterson serve played by Dyer. Rogers looking for Hunter. Kale goes to Pasco Long. Weber keeps it alive, straight up in the air. The next attack from Hunter dumped over into the Chemeketa back row. Pass go long, blocked. Net violation on Bellevue. We are tied at 20. What a run by this Chemeketa Storm team. Patterson ready to serve. Loud in here. The fans cheering these teams on. Abby Cole gets it down. Bellevue back up by 1. Erica Weber ready to serve. There's the whistle. The jump serve in the net. Tied at 21. Side out point, Chemeketa. Lauren Kurligan ready to serve as Ayla Oxy comes back into the match defensively for the Storm. Dyer gets it to Holst. The attack from Roll picked up by Chemeketa. Pasco Long's attack picked up by Dyer. Free ball back to Bellevue. That attack out of bounds. Chemeketa with a lead now, 22-21. What a set by both of these teams. The serve from Kurligan, picked up by Weber. Tipped back by Rayleigh Holst, and to the ground. Chemeketa by 2, 2 to go, 23-21. A win by Chemeketa will force a 5th set, a race to 15. Kurligan serve to Weber. Kept alive by Dyer, sent back by Roll. That one put down by Oxy. Set point, Chemeketa. 24-21, timeout on the floor, taken by Bellevue. We'll be back right after this timeout. And we are back. Tacoma Convention Center. Set point for Chemeketa, 24-21 on top of Bellevue. 4th set we are in. Bellevue with a 2-1 set lead. If Chemeketa wins this next point or reaches 25 first with a 2-point lead, we go on to set number 5. We are back. Coming out of the timeout, both of these team supporters pumped up. Chemeketa's fans on their feet. Lauren Kurligan ready to serve. There's the whistle. Serve played by Weber. They go looking for Hunter. Blocked. Back to Hunter. Tough angle. Free ball. Not able to clear. Point Chemeketa. They win the set 25-21. 5th set coming up back after this timeout.
The Guard has over 50,000 wheeled vehicles in action. The vast fleet of Humvees, troop transports, and fuel tank trucks are always moving soldiers, gear, and equipment around the world, or delivering aid to civilians during domestic emergencies. Transport operators are essential in getting the Guard to where it needs to be.
I am strong.
I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination.
Confidence.
I trust my gut.
No limits. Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership. I want to make my team and family proud. Be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
My name is John Archuleta, and I'm a loan service bankruptcy officer with STCU. I help members that are struggling with their financial obligations. A lot of times people feel as if they're not good enough. Their finances are telling them that they should have known better. Our goal really is the financial health and well-being of the member. We are our members. Our members are us. We don't have investors here. We're not protecting the investor's bottom line. No matter what's going on, we're dealing with people's lives. I'm John Archuleta, and STCU is here for good.
And welcome back to the Tacoma Convention Center. Fifth set. About a minute away. Bellevue already back on the court. Bellevue will be in the near court. To begin this set, the teams will trade sides once one of the teams reaches 8 points. This fifth set, a race to 15, must win by 2. What's at stake? If Chemeketa wins this set, they are the NWAC 2017 champions. If Bellevue wins this set, we will go to a best 2 out of 3 match scheduled to begin 30 minutes after the conclusion of this match. As we stated once before, this is Bellevue's 5th consecutive elimination match they have been in, and it's only natural it goes to a 5th set. Bellevue with first serve. Tia Lawrence ready to get it started for us here in the 5th set. The officials are ready. Here's the serve. Played by Bolger to Kale to Pasco Long. Picked up by Lawrence. Looking for Dyer. Blocked out of bounds by Curligan. First point, Bellevue. That serve from Lawrence, played by Bolger. They go to Eleanor Belton. Dyer with the redirect to keep it in bounds. Pasco Long with the drive off of Erica Weber. Side out point, Chemeketa. Lauren Curligan, the next server. Her serve played by Weber. Rogers for Dyer. Kept alive by Chemeketa. Backcourt attack by Patterson. Dyer with a quick attack. Go to Pasco Long. Blocked out of bounds by Bellevue. 2-1. Chemeketa on top. Tia Lawrence plays that one up to Rogers. Back set for roll. And Chemeketa unable to clear it. Side out point Bellevue. 2-2. As Carly Rowell comes back to serve. Pasco Long plays it into the net. Under the net, rather. So another lead change. 3-2. Bellevue by 1. That serve from Roll, played by Patterson. Kale with the pass to Pasco Long, straight into the ground. That's the attack we've come to expect from her. And we are tied at 3 as Avery Sundberg comes into the match to serve for the Storm. Lawrence plays it to Rogers, looking for Avery Dyer, who is a little bit strong on her attack. 4-3, Chemeketa now by 1. Tia Lawrence to Rogers, to Abby Cole. Sent out of bounds by Avery Sundberg. Side out point Bellevue. We're tied at 4 as Rayleigh Holst gets ready to serve. Patterson to Kale, to Oxy. Isla Oxy's drive blocked. Backcourt attack from Patterson, picked up by Weber. Tough angle that time from Dyer, kept in. Lawrence back to Dyer. The tip that time played by Sundberg. The attack that time by Isla Oxy, off of Abby Cole. Side out point for Chemeketa. They lead 5-4, and Hayden Quattry is the next server. Her serve long out of the backcourt, well read by Bellevue. Tied at 5. Jordan Hunter back in the match for Bellevue. Avery Dyer set to serve. Bolger plays that serve. Patterson with the attack, picked up by Dyer. Hunter dumps it over the net. Back set for Oxy. Played by Holst. And the attack by Hunter off of Bolger. Bellevue with a lead. 6-5. The Bulldogs up by 1. Avery Dyer's next serve. Clips the top of the net, down. 2-point Bellevue lead. 7-5. Patterson played to Kale. They go back to Patterson. Patterson drives it into the ground. Side out point Chemeketa. Back to a 1-point match as Isla Oxy gets set to serve. Nice play from Dyer. The dump that time from Jordan Hunter. The attack from Patterson, down. 7-7. Next point by either team. We switch sides. Isla Oxy set to serve. Back set from Holst. The attack from Abby Cole. That one from Patterson, picked up by Weber. Cole the set to Hunter. Kept alive by the Storm. Patterson played by Dyer. The quick set picked up by the Chemeketa front row. Patterson's attack played by Weber. Backcourt attack from Dyer, out. Chemeketa on top by 1, 8-7 as the teams switch sides. Folks, exactly what you would expect from what we've seen by these two teams. A 1-point match halfway through the 5th set. A Chemeketa team that has not lost since September 15th, being pushed by Bellevue. Abby Cole with the drive, picked up by Oxy. Patterson with the attack, blocked out of bounds. Point Chemeketa. A 2-point lead for the Storm. Oxy serve played by Dyer. Set that time, blocked by Belton. 10-7. Chemeketa a 3-point lead with 5 to go. Their fans on their feet, loving it. Ayla Oxy, played out of the back row by Dyer, put back by Patterson, played out of bounds by Bellevue, 11-7. Timeout on the floor taken by Bellevue. Chemeketa on top, 11-7. We're back after this timeout.
Soldiers in the Guard's intelligence field gather information on the enemy using a variety of tactics. Scanning foreign communications, conducting interrogations, and debriefing friendly contacts, all while delivering and coordinating data to help allies on the battlefield or stop civil emergencies. The enemy can't hide from Guard intelligence.
And we're back at Tacoma Convention Center. 5th set action. Tied, 2 sets apiece. Chemeketa with a 4-point lead. 11-7. 4 to go. Nice and loud in this venue. So close for both of these teams. Ayla Oxy ready to serve. Bellevue's defense set. Dyer played to Rogers. Left side attack, down by Hunter. Side out point, Bellevue. 3-point Chemeketa lead. Erica Weber ready to serve. Picked up by Quattry. Left side by Patterson, heading out of bounds, but it caught Rayleigh Holst on the way. And it's a side out point for Chemeketa. Jane Cole ready to serve, 12-8. Kept alive at the net by Chemeketa. Dumped back over by Bolger. Long. Side out point, Bellevue. 3-point lead for the Storm. Megan Rogers ready to serve for Bellevue. Ace. 2-point lead. Rogers next serve. Played by Quattry. Kale looking for Patterson. Patterson's drive picked up by Weber. Rogers to Hunter. Tipped out of bounds by Chemeketa. 1-point lead. 12-11. Chemeketa on top. Bellevue. Megan Rogers serves. Played by Patterson. Set play for Patterson. Kept alive by Bellevue. And the putback by Eleanor Belton. Side out point for Chemeketa. 2-point lead, 2 to go, 13-11. Josephine Pasco Long back in the match for the Storm. Haley Patterson ready to serve. Dump back over by Bellevue. Patterson to Kale. Back set for Belton. Belton's drive blocked. Cross court for Pasco Long. Point Storm. Match point Chemeketa. Timeout on the floor taken by Bellevue. 14-11 the score. We're back right after this timeout.
I'm Deborah Jackson. I work at STCU. During the windstorm of 2015, we were expecting that members would need any number of things. I was talking with a colleague. It popped into my head that why can't we do something to help offset that cost for our members and our community? So that day we came up with the Get It Fixed loan. Everyone was on board with it. It was done that day. Being part of this community and in involved and invested as we are, when we see a need like that, we take the action. I'm Deborah Jackson, and STCU is here for good.
And we're back. Tacoma Convention Center, 14-11. Match point for Chemeketa, 1 point away from the NWAC title. Bellevue's defense set. The serve from Patterson, picked up by Weber. Rogers looking for Hunter. Blocked out of bounds. Side out point, Bellevue. Tia Lawrence back in the match to serve for the Bulldogs. They trail by 2. Match point, Chemeketa. Pasco long, dumps it over on the attack. Sent back by Dyer. Back set for Belton. Belton's attack in. And Chemeketa is your 2017 NWAC champions. They win the 5th set. Final score, Chemeketa 15, Bellevue 12. What a match. Chemeketa Storm, a team that has not lost since September 15th, pushed to the max by Bellevue, a team that won 4 straight elimination matches to get to this point and takes the Storm to 5th set. Unbelievable action here in the championship match. The teams exchanging high fives. Fans for both of these teams on their feet. The hardware is on the front court. All of the trophies. The championship t-shirts. And the championship banner is out ready for presentation to the Chemeketa Storm. And there they are with their celebration. We're waiting to see if we get one of the Chemeketa Storm players over for an interview. Does not appear to be the case. Actually, yes, here she comes now. We're going to be talking to Haley Patterson as they get the camera ready. Haley, can you hear me?
Where am I supposed to stand? Right here.
Perfect. I'm not going to ask you how it feels. You guys are NWAC champions. What I'm going to ask you is, you haven't lost since September 15th. How do you go 2 months without losing? You just know you're going to win every night when you get to the gym?
It's all about the off-the-court stuff. Like, we do team bonding, we do team dinners, we spend every second together. Like, it feels so great to be that close to a team and win it all.
Now, you guys swept your way through the NWAC tournament, something difficult to do at this level of competition. Any specific preparation as you went into this final match? You played a team that won 4 consecutive elimination games. You know they're going to be tough. Was there any different strategy for this match?
There was absolutely no different strategy. Coach told us to do exactly what we've been doing, and that's exactly what we did. All of our hard work really paid off.
Well, Haley, they're about to pass out the gear, so I'm going to let you get back with your team. Thanks for joining us, and congratulations
Thank you.
to the Chemeketa Storm.
Thank you.
To both teams, thank you. Family and friends for coming out. You should be very proud of not only the effort that they put out this week, but their whole year, what they do in school. These are student athletes.
So we're listening to the executive director of the NWAC, Marco Azurdia. At this point, I'm going to shut up and let you guys watch the presentation of the awards. Thanks for listening to the NWAC Volleyball Championships.
The people here in the city of Tacoma, we're going to present the second place trophy. So if we can have the Bellevue Bulldogs and their captains come out. We have Richard Scott from Baden. Now we'd like to present the championship trophy. This is now their 26th match in a row that they've won, to the Chemeketa Storm.
Ladies, we have 2 more awards. Both of them are going to go to the Chemeketa Storm. The most inspirational player, number 11, Haley Patterson! And ladies and gentlemen, your tournament MVP from Albany, Oregon, number 3. And we'd also like to introduce you now the all-tournament team. Making the second team all-tournament from Clark is Mary Shorn. From Lynn-Benton, Montana Gabru. From Lower Columbia, Ina Bailey. From Walla Walla, Abby Swagger. From Bellevue, Carly Rowell. And from Chemeketa, Gordon Bolger. Second team all-tournament. Your first team all-tournament from Clark, Olivia White. From Lynn-Benton, Sarah Fenger. From Bellevue, Avery Dyer. From Bellevue, Erica Weber. From Chemeketa, Ayla Oxley. And from Chemeketa, Haley Patterson. Our first team all-tournament. And now, folks, receiving their individual plaques for the Chemeketa Storm. Let's go ahead and introduce you again more time to the full team. From Lake Oswego, number 1, Morgan Bolger. Your tournament MVP from Albany, Oregon, number 3, James Hale. From Eugene, Oregon, number 6, Josephine Pascalone. From Bend, Oregon, number 7, Hayden Crabtree. From Portland, Oregon, number 8, Ayala Oxley. From Bellevue, Oregon, number 9, From Albany, Oregon, number 10, Lauren Carligan. From Oregon City, your most inspirational number 11, Henry Patterson. From Gresham, Oregon, number 13, Avery Sundberg. And from Corvallis, number 14, Eleanor Pelton. And ladies and gentlemen, I've just been told that the coach of the year is Tracy Stevenson. The Chemeketa Storm. Let's give them another round of applause, folks. These ladies have worked all year long. We would like to thank you for your attendance here at the 2017 NWAC Championship Tournament. We so appreciate you fans. Without you, we would not be here. We wish you a safe drive, flight, walk, however you got here, we wish you a safe drive home. Have a great evening, and happy holidays to you all.